Hi everybody, welcome to Whiskey Mystery. I'm Phil.
I'm Deepa.
Water in the glass.
Oh.
Teddy, yes, we're a bit sad that there won't be a reveal today as well.
Me, very, very sad.
Deepa's very, very sad. So what's going on? The truth is we've run out of whiskey budget. And I don't mean money. We've run out of our health target whiskey drinking. Actually, I'll throw that out as a question before we get started. What do people think? You don't have to say what you actually drink. Just say what you think would be a good target per week or per month. Let's see. 1 bottle a month, 2 bottles a month, 3, 4, 10. Let's go by bottles per month. That might be easier to work out. What do people think is a good, healthy, but also enjoyable amount?
But ABV.
Yes, good question. 1 bottle of 75% or 2 bottles of 35%. Anyway, so we'll talk a bit more about that in a minute. The water represents actually what we think. This is our target per week each.
For me, per week.
Yes, but we're over budget, meaning each one is 50 ml. So 200 ml per week. So it's slightly over 1 bottle per month each. And I can tell you that before getting into whiskey, I would drink maybe 1 beer every week or 2. So it's been quite a change. Teddy KGB, 6 drams per week. Dram Teddy. How big is a dram? Come on, we need some, what does that work out at? Macallan Fine and Rare, 0.5 bottles per month at 46%. Oh, that is low, half a bottle. So that's only this per week. Doc, yeah? Let's see, what's everyone else thinking? How many drams in a bottle? If 35 ml is a dram, then, you know, we're talking about 20, 21, aren't we? Watchman, 4 units a week, 1 or 2 days off. Well, 4 units, 1 unit is 100% alcohol, 10 milliliter. So 50%, that's our average bottle. 50% alcohol would be 20 ml. So 4 units a week is less than this also.
For a week.
And this is 10 units, 200 ml. Let's see. 2 centiliters. Oh, 2 ounce per night. We've got to do the ounce and milliliters. 2 ounces is 65 ml per night. So that means in 10 days, you're at 650. That's about 1 bottle every 12 days. Right? I should be saying hello to people. Hi, Teddy, Macallan, Whiskey A, Vladimir's in, Luna Aaron, Anthony C. Hi, all. Nurse Dave's Shaving Club. A bottle a month then. Luna, you're live. Cool. Yes. Live and alive. Antonio from Denmark. Nice to see you. Ralphie says 1 bottle a month and a glass should last you 1 to 2 hours. So I bought a 4.5 litre Bruichladdich and a 1 litre Glencairn. Whiskey 101. So far I'm sticking to Ralphie's advice. That's pretty good. I should have the chat up really, shouldn't I? No. Yes. There we go. It is tricky because we're over budget and we're not drinking in between videos.
And you make a spreadsheet.
Yeah, I can bring up the spreadsheet actually. I mean, we drink the day before the video and we probably have maybe about that much or less because we're comparing to other things. But we're not having any social drinking outside of what is going towards the video.
Stuff, no spare.
Occasionally we go down to the garage and we have little sips, don't we? Because we're like, do you think it's better than this one? And after we do the live and we're trying to work out where something goes on the shelf, quite often we'll be like, okay, Craigellachie 17 is just on the top shelf, but it could have been here. And actually Jimmy Legg was saying, get that Longmorn down. It has actually ended up down because we did compare it to the Craigellachie and we thought the 17 was better. Right, let me keep going. Jerry Miller, hard to say on bottles since it's from a 40 bottle collection for me. Probably 10 to 15 drams a week. Yeah, that's why we have to run the spreadsheet, because I have to check in and out the bottle level to keep track of it. It is hard to say. Vladimir's saying 2 cl per night per dram, I guess. Right. 35 ml a dram, rather 2 cl. Okay. So 50. So we're talking about, you know, halfway up here, right? Jack the Pickled Hound. I like my 4 drams a night. The Glencairn filled well below the bulge in the glass. 4 drams. Jack, that's quite a lot. Ounce. Oz, that is a country. You're right. 1 run to Costco equals 2 extra drams. That's true. I did manage 19 miles yesterday, which is, haven't done a long run for a while. I mean, I've been building up because I had a calf pull. Run Gurgly. I'm sure I said that wrong. Hi, Phil and Deepa from Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. Well, cheers. Cheers water, I guess. Petehead's in as well. Patrice is in. Hi, everyone. Nurse Dave, shaving well. The drinking is all business, is what he's saying. Yeah, it is something like that. All business, which is all a fun business. Matthias, for me, probably half a bottle a month, but that's only whiskey. Oh, I see. You also drink wine. That's true. You see, I've gone to non-alcoholic beer for my beer and crisps with the movie fix, or it's 0.5%. I actually quite enjoy it. Jack the Pickled Hound. If we are all training for marathons, yes. I find that summer cycling gets in the way of my weekend drinking. Jimmy Jazz. Good evening, Doc. Oh, you're saying hello. Good. In my defense, though, I'm retired. So too much free time. Jerry Miller. Yeah. Technically, I guess we're kind of retired from the office work as well. So that's partly our problem. But we have to balance it with running. Good leak. I have tasted several expensive whiskies in 2020 until now, and I just keep getting back to Deanston 12. I freaking love that one. What are your thoughts on that one? Well, you can see our thoughts on it right here. Deanston 12. I prefer the Craigellachie 13 slightly more, but you can see it is ahead of some fine bottles, plus there's 60 bottles that are not on the shelf. We do like the Deanston 18 better. What do you think about the Deanston 12?
Sometimes I'm in a mood and I have to give Tommy back to Deanston 12.
Yeah. Likes to come back. So, I mean, sometimes you just want something younger.
And savoury, grassy.
Savoury, grassy. But younger whiskies have a bit more power, don't they? They have a little more punch. Might be a shorter finish, but there's a bit more like, way! And you want that sometimes. Moronic, I think I manage approx 200 ml per week. That's what we're trying to keep to. I can tell you we are currently over. We still need a few more days to get back under. GG, 14 units per week, no more than 2 bottles a month. Yeah, that's where we were before. And we're trying to push it down a little lower. 50 ml last night. Pour changes, the more you drink it down. That's true. And also you pour more the more you drink. Whiskey 101. Actually, I don't drink in the week at all. Even in the V-pub, I only drink on the weekend. Yes. 4 to 5 good drams. I mean, our original plan was, of course, to find, if we're going to drink a small amount, let's find the whiskey that we think is the best. Unfortunately, to get to that knowledge, you have to drink a lot of whiskies. Isaiah's. Hey, any new dusty bottles? Not really. I mean, kind of, but we've put everything into the blind tasting now. The last one of the batch to go in was actually Springbank 25 from 2016, and that was a very dusty bottle. So that would have been the last dusty bottle, I think, that went in. Quality over quantity, Justo. Agreed. Let's see. Oh, Ron, I won't try it again now, Ron, in case I get it wrong second time. I thought a unit was 30 ml. Well, it depends. In our case, our average bottle is 50% ABV. So that means that 20 ml would be 1 unit. I think at 40%, obviously you're going to be able to get a bit more. Watchman. Luna, let's see. About the unit discussion, does that include all ABVs? A huge difference. Yeah, there you go, Luna. I think we're we just answered that one. So basically 1 unit is 10 mil at 100% alcohol. So you can work back from there. Dave's enjoying the videos. Keep it up. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate you coming in. MK's in from Switzerland. Nice. Patrice, I'm here, but don't tell my boss. Very good. Deanston 12 is a good starter whiskey and really yummy. Oh, it's great. Jerry, I just killed a bottle of HP 12 yesterday that I bought last March. That's actually about average for me in this collection. That's true. We will have bottles that, obviously, we have got bottles that are open 2 years because we're still waiting for them to show up. In fact, one of them is, I'm sort of excited for Dalmore. Dalmore 12, 40% ABV was from our original 24. And it's still in there. I mean, the bottle is empty here. Oh, look, there's a tiny bit. Because it's in the blind tasting. And we bought this on, let's see, October 13th, 2018. How much did we pay? $71 for that. Still, even in those prices, that was not worth it. All right, let's see. Days off are more useful than portions per day. I think they're both important, aren't they? 60 hertz. Yes. I tasted the Wee Beastie and a no for the first time on Friday, Carlos is saying. And wow, that was a punch in the mouth. Strong, smoky and long lasting. And I guess you mean the Wee Beastie because the Ano is pretty soft. Ano. We had it in Scotland with my brother. Okay, let's see. Have you guys tried Deanston Virgin Oak? No, we haven't. Anuj, we haven't really got on with Virgin Oak in the past. Whenever we've tried it, we've kind of had a sort of metallic flavour, but we haven't tried the Deanston Virgin Oak. So,
good.
How do we super chat some extra health quota? Yes, Whiskey 101. If only it was that easy. Matt Chase, hey team. What are you actually finishing? What? You actually finished a bottle of Dalmore? Technically, no. There's still 200 ml in here somewhere. But I guess we have drunk the rest of it.
Probably.
We've shared it out at friends. Let's see. Macallan, fine and rare. Doc, what are you saying? A lot of people have a habit to drink up the remaining volume in one big gulp. Yes. A slow finish is recommended. Helps keeping consumption low. Yes. Watchman 999. Phil and Deepa, I tried to video an Alberta liquor store, great, on Thursday, but they said no. I'm working on a different angle to get their permission. Stay tuned. They can be funny. Maybe point them to the channel and one of the videos, and maybe they know their prices are terrible. Lock and Wood, home brewing. Oh, nice. I've caught you guys live for a change. Nice. Well, thanks for dropping in. Watch all the videos and thought I'd say hi. Well, thanks, John. Appreciate you coming in. Dry January, last day. Jason, oh, have you had a 30 days off? Good for you. Evening, everyone. Hi, Graham. Jerry Miller. I think I have a dry week coming up soon with the Whiskey Vault guys. Oh, yeah, I like the check-in as well. MK, I killed a Glenfarclas Family Cast 1994 tonight. It lasted 2 years. Oh, I'm sure that was good stuff. Let's see, Teddy. Am I the only one having problem with the chat? Have to update all the time or it freezes. I've seen that. If you're on the desktop, just do a refresh on the whole web page and sometimes it brings it back to life. Dalmore is a healthy option. Less whiskey than others, as 35% of the bottle is E150A. Hit the thumbs up, people. Yeah, thanks, Luna. Why not? Let's do a thumbs up. The Deanston is finished in virgin oak, not full maturation. I see. Pretty much, I see. So it's just got a bit of extra oaky punch at the end. Tino Z, your favourite whiskey, guys. Our favourite whiskey, well, by the shelf, our favourite whiskey has been Highland Park 21. But if you just think of other favourite whiskies that you like, what springs to mind?
We got Distillery, you got me up at whatever you got Distillery again.
Yeah, Deanston 12. I mean, if you think of something you would like to try, we haven't tried for a while.
And I spit back green.
We moved the Springbank Green up a bit because it is really good. We are Springbank biased. Deepa is definitely peaty biased. I like the ex-bourbons that have been, you know, older ex-bourbon is very nice as well, and the grassy stuff. You know, I haven't had Isla Barley 2007 for a while.
Oh, that is so good.
I think that's still a good one. I was shocked how good the Highland Park was, though. And on Christmas, we tried Highland Park 25 and Balblair 1983, which is a 31 year. And that was fantastic. But you have to be like in a calm mood. I wonder how they will stand up when they show up in blind tasting in the busyness of making a show. That'll be interesting. Let's see. Okay, I'm losing chat now. Akwami, I usually drink 2 whiskies a night on average. Tonight's number 1 is Aaron 18. Oh, very good. I've heard great things. We have the old Aaron 18 in blind. It's sherried, but may not be your favourite.
We've never...
Sherried Highland Park.
But we've never had Aaron.
It has not come up yet, although we have a few. Let's see. Ralph, saying hello. Hey, Ralph. Chat is a bit bumpy here. Oh, well, I guess it must be a YouTube thing if it is bumpy. My email's gone down at the moment. I'm waiting for them to fix that. Google it. What's the biggest difference in taste preference that you can think of since the first blind taste? Like if you, right. If you think back to the original 24, the number 1 bottle was Talisker Distiller's Edition. Smoky, peaty.
It was very soft.
And Ugadal we didn't get on with at all. And Abelauer Abunna also we didn't get on at all. Now Ugadal and Abunna, I think part of the problem was the power of the ABV.
Because we didn't know at that time.
We didn't really understand what was going on. It was just like, it hurts. So obviously Ugadal, which we dismissed fairly early, I think, if I remember right, is beating a lot of bottles which we had placed higher back then. So that's an ABV thing. I don't think Abelauer, that heavy sherry, has changed too much. And Glendronach 12, I think, was very high at the beginning.
Which one?
Glendronach 12. I think it might have been 2nd place or 3rd place. And that has definitely gone down a lot. And that's probably lower ABV has done that. I think the Talisker Distiller's Edition still fairly represents, the smoky sherry thing that we like.
I'm also very interested in this.
We were impressed by it. I think we pretty much like smoky from the beginning. Yeah. Might have missed some questions. No, I think I've got it. Right, let's see. Jason Fisk. The Glenallachie 25, is that ex-bourbon? I know, I think it's ex-sherry actually. The Glentockers is ex-bourbon. The Glenallachie 25, charged from refill barrel. Well, actually it's one of 206 bottles. So it maybe that is ex-bourbon. Oh. Probably can't read it. Can we get closer? You know, I guess you can have smaller sherry hogsheads, and after 25 years, 206 bottles could be. Let's see. Does it actually say?
Very serious, very bright.
I'm trying to look at the notes. Sweet spice with butterscotch developing to caramelized orange zest. Could be.
Is that a butterscotch? Is appropriate?
Yeah, don't know. Have to look it up. See if we can find out. I don't remember. I know the Longmorn is ex-sherry, and the Glentockers is ex-bourbon. Pretty sure. Right. Let's see. I'll have to just look at the orange tag. If you're trying to get my attention, our attention, just put @Whisky Mystery and it'll jump out for us. Let's see. Luna Aaron. If you can try an Ugadal from the early 2000s, a very different beast. Oh yeah, I would love to. After we did our old versus new, which was only, 2019 to 2014 bottles, the 2014 was noticeably different. And in fact, we have left the 2014 bottle on the shelf up here, and we've taken off the 2019 just to allow some more bottles to exist on the shelf. GDU, what are we most excited about to come up on the blinds? Glen Scotia? Oh, from the distillery, from the actual warehouse tour. I'm excited for any of the older Springbanks, because we have 4 Springbank 21s in there. And there's one in particular from D&M, which we've actually tasted a lot.
And Ben Nevis from
Ben Nevis. The reason why I want this D&M liquor to show up is because I want to see what happens when I taste it blind.
Oh, it's very, very moody.
It's a funny one. Springbank 21 2019, the dark port one. I'm looking forward to that showing up.
Ben Nevis.
Oh, Highland Park 25, so that we can drink it again. Right, let's see. Oh, Super Chat. Why did that get chopped off? Dave's Nursing World. I don't know why that. You can see it in the chat anyway. A whiskey video with no whiskey. Bold, I say. That is right, Dave. Thank you very much for that Super Chat. In fact, this is a good timing. Why don't we throw Dave in the hat and we will go to our first drawing. And then I'll get back to questions. Here's what we're going to do. All you generous people, I know it's a problem, US. Yeah, US versus everywhere else. If you get pulled out and you're not in the US, you'll still get $50 worth to spend on whiskey. I'll just PayPal it or something. And otherwise, here is the current sharing list. Oh, that's the chat. Current sharing list. If you win, you can pick $50 worth from the sharing list. And you can have a look at that. It's that link's in the chat. The sharing list is always open. It's just not free. But it's free today. Okay. For all the super chats. Actually, we've had a lot of super chats. We are rich. We might have to do 2. Okay, ready? Pick a bottle. Pick a super chat.
Oh, God.
Oh, Deep's got a sore arm. If Nursing Dave Shaving World pops out, that would be funny. Right, who is it? Who is it? Jerry Miller. Where are you, Jerry? First one up is Jerry. Is Jerry in? Did I already say hello to Jerry? Let's do one more. Okay, I'll do it now. Martin Caravanti, you have won yourself $50 worth of samples, which is ironic because I've just sent you some, Martin. You might save a credit for the next one. Fantastic. Thanks, everybody. Let's see who's let me catch up on the chat. Richie Z, hey Phil and Deepa and Whiskey friends. Hey Richie, how are you doing? Have you done the K&L store video yet? They may still be curbside. As far as I know, it's still curbside because I actually want to go in again. But yes, as far as I know, they will be locked down for a while. Graham Fraser, are there any new distillery whiskies you are looking forward to? The organic one, McNee. I know when Deepa watched the video on it, she wanted to try it. I don't know when they might show up here, but that would be interesting to try. Luna Aaron, wow, you two are wonderfully generous. Well, we're only really giving the money back, Luna. Congrats, Jerry. Hey, Jerry. There you are. Congratulations. Oh, I like the little roulette spinny wheel, mood to move. Okay. Jerry, send me email. And I have Martin's email. Where is it? What am I trying to do here? Send me email, whiskey@captain3d.com, and we'll work something out. Very good. Let's see. Congrats, Jerry. I never win anything. Did we give fireworks to Jerry? Okay, fireworks for Jerry and Martin. Here we go. I don't even know if I did that or not. And I guess you kind of get some points too. Donna Pass. Hey, Tim. Still curbside, I think. Yes. Nice one, Martin. Oh, did I miss food quick? Hey, Andy, if you're in. We've got some friends who are moving back up to Canada to Vancouver Island. I was like,
no, Victoria.
Sorry, to Vancouver, Victoria. Yes, but Victoria on Vancouver Island.
Oh, I don't know.
And I forget where you are, quick. You're in Victoria or on the suburbs of Victoria? I was like, if there wasn't a problem with the border, I could have sent you some things. Anyway, they're moving house, so I can't really impose. Justo, from your experience, how long do you think it would take for a beginner to achieve enough knowledge to enjoy complex stuff and casks? That's a good question. I mean, we bought expensive whiskies like the Highland Park 25, so old and complex, hopefully. But we purposely didn't put them in the blind bottle so that they wouldn't show up too early. In fact, we only put it in just a month ago, so that means it's been 2 years. And I think it depends how much you concentrate on the whiskey that you're enjoying and doing blind tastes and comparisons. I know that if we just went straight into it, even now we miss a lot.
I think overall about giving more time.
I think it's about focus more than how much whiskey you've drunk. But obviously you do need a kind of a range of whiskies to have tried whiskies over time. 50 whiskies? Trying 50 different whiskies with some kind of focus.
And when you add more whiskey, because I like this one, and we got very quick.
Yeah. And I think drinking in contrast as well.
It makes very effort.
Deanston 12 versus Deanston 18 or something like that. Or, Springbank 10 versus Springbank 25. How's your budget? But I think doing that also is a good way to appreciate them.
That's for that. But another one, this is really bad.
Like I can say, going back to the Springbank D&M liquor bottle, the 21-year-old, it's a single cask, probably ex-bourbon. I've done it a few times with deeper blind. You drink it first, you go, oh, that's nice, and you don't think much of it. And then you try some other whiskies that you previously thought were great, and you go, oh, that's good, that's good, that's good. And then you come back to that 21-year-old, you go, oh, hang on a minute, this is better than all of those. But initially, you don't. So maybe even within one little lineup, you can appreciate something older. When you start with it, don't have too much variation in ABV though. Try some other younger ones that you know you like, and then come back and see if it suddenly makes the other ones seem less sophisticated, because that's what we found. Okay, good question. Got me chatting there. Whiskey 101. Anyone joining late will think you are blind tasting new make with Luna McNean, thanks.
The Springbank new make is the best.
Springbank new make was the best. We almost got caught stealing the bottle. We were like, where's it gone?
It's very strong ABV.
Let's try this one. Do you want a blind taste? There's something about drinking out of a Glencairn that makes you focus more on the water. No nose.
It's gonna destroy water. But you destroy water.
I don't know, but I remember describing sake as like really strong water. I like sake. McNean, is that right? Okay, Donna Pass. Hi Phil and Deepa, beautiful day up here with lots of new snow. Oh yes, Donna Pass, of course. Sunshine on the snow. That is a pleasant look, as long as you don't have to go trudging through it. Patrice, I picked a couple of bottles of the first release from Ardnamurchan. but didn't try it yet.
Where is that?
I've forgotten which Ardnamurchan.
I never heard of it.
I'm confusing it with Ardnaho and Ardnamurchan. Ardnamurchan's on the more remote island, isn't it? Oh, Richie Z. Richie, where's the papers gone? I thought I had some ready, and now I don't.
I have the pen.
Yeah, but I don't have the papers. Okay, we'll write it down. Richie, you'll be going into the next round. Richie gets to go in at least twice for that donation. Thank you very much, Richie. Much appreciated. Now I've lost your. Thanks for being one of the most unique channels on YouTube. Oh, thanks, Richie. Unique, good and bad sometimes. Oh, okay, let me catch up with the chat. I should bring the chat back up. Jerry Miller, thank you so much.
Whiskey.
Hi, Luna Aaron. Graham's asking Luna.
Oh.
Jerry Miller. But Graham was asking, what has been your favourite lockdown whiskey purchase? Yeah, there you go. I'll get to work on my selections. Great, Jerry. We can fit up to 6 little bottles into a fixed rate shipping box. I'm in Victoria, Saanich, actually. Food Quick. Okay, I'll have to look it up. Oh! Food Quick! Oh, Canadian dollars. Thanks, Quiggy. Drink something already. Sorry, Quig. We've run out of drinking budget.
I've got
to drink something for Andy. Okay. Here we go. What's on hand? There you go. Have a little sip. Oh,
smoke.
It's stronger than water. See, if you compare water to whiskey, you really notice the difference. Light, refreshing. Wow, what's that?
It is a very good quality. It's confident.
Oh, it's quite nice now, isn't it? Oh, tobacco-y. I mean, leather tobacco on that today, after the water. That's softened off quite a bit now that it's been open for a while.
Soft smoke.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, lovely. Tino Z, do you guys drink any other alcohol or only whiskey? Sherry?
Sherry, because I probably support.
Yeah, we wanted to try different sherries. We have a Palo Cortado that's open in the fridge. It's been open for a few months, but more for educational. You actually like wine?
I have wine, but I have
but whiskey's
the
taken
opportunity
over.
because I have the whiskey, so I have to forget past life.
Well, it's just, I mean, red wine typically, but I know that's a very broad category. And I do like beer and crisps, chips with the movie.
Guinness.
But no, basically no. Whiskey is taking all of our alcohol budget. Ralph, let's see. New releases from New Sky Distillery, Toravaig. Will you taste this? At some point. Yes. We're trying not to buy any more whiskey at the moment. We're doing trades, so we might still acquire some bottles, but we haven't bought anything this year so far.
Doesn't say with a Springbank.
Yeah, Springbank 17 Madeira is one of the local team has it, and we're going to do some trade so we can get a taste. Probably won't go in the blind tasting because we're planning not to add any more blind tasting bottles at this point. Okay, 60 Hertz. I'm about to distill my first Golden Promise single malt. Have you got any old bottlings in the blind that you know are from Golden Promise barley? I don't. The only ones we really know of the barley type specifically are, the Springbank local barleys, which is, Prisma, Belgravia, Optic, and Bear barley. Oh, I got an email back from Hellier's Road Distillery because I asked them what type of barley they use, and it is a Tasmanian malted barley. It's called Gardenier, I think it was. Gardenier. I've got it in an email. But it does seem like it's a local barley, which is good for the high rain, the high amount of rain. And it looked like a 2-row barley. Gardenier. Something like that.
That's so good.
Yes. Apparently they have stainless steel stills, not copper. I didn't know. Isaias, how did we get into whiskey drinking? It was just visiting Scotland, where my parents and my brother live. Separately, but in different places. And it had always been there. We just never really paid much attention. And then we just enjoyed Ardmore Legacy, and that's what kicked it off. And then the first 24 video.
About 3 years ago.
Actually, we always credit Ardmore Legacy, but we brought 2 bottles back from Scotland that time. The other one was Bunnahabhain 12.
And one for my friend gave me it.
Yeah. But the Bunna 12, you actually liked the Bunnahabhain 12 more than the Legacy, I think. So you could have easily gone with Bunna 12. Bunna 12 got finished first, let's put it that way.
But that was 2 years ago. I will try that again.
Yeah, we're still waiting. Jerry Miller, progression just seems to come naturally. You just start somewhere and bravely move into a new and more interesting bottle. Yes, ask in forums like this for suggestions. Yes, it is true. DJ, hang on, did you come in? I thought it was water. It is water. How old is the NS Kleinlich? Oh, you're asking Luna. North Star. Probably. Or is it vodka? It could be. Actually, there is vodka right here because I use it as the calibration for
Do you have any new make?
For the viscometer. We have some new make from
Bruichladdich.
Annandale. Oh, that's true. We did have some Bruichladdich new make as well. We had a little bottle of that. I wonder if that's still downstairs. Yeah. Right, better catch up. Whiskey 101. Try the Glenglassaugh new make. It's really good. Oh. I'm sure you can find it online. It is fun to try the new make. How is Old Pulteney 12? Good leak. OP12 is fairly light and unique in its lightness and slightly salty.
It's nice, but it's too soft.
We quite liked it. In fact, in our first 24, it was the highest rated per dollar whiskey. And I think a lot of people do like it, especially if you can get the 43% ABV version. Luna, are you on Patreon? Somehow YouTube takes so much and you get so little. It is true. I mean, YouTube takes about 30% of super chats, but YouTube provides this amazing ability to live stream, so I don't feel too bad. Yes, we are on Patreon, and that is a good time to bring in the Patreons. You can find us, the link for Patreon is in the description.
Super that.
Yeah, anything's fine. I don't mind YouTube getting some support. I know Google has got plenty of money. Here's all our Patreons. Look at that. Now, I only put Patreon up as $1 a month because people were asking, can't we do Patreon? So I said, fine. You want to throw us $1 a month? Do it. Now, some people have been as generous as Carlos is up to $8. But there's quite a few. And so there's for every $1 you get a name in the hat. So that means there'll be 8 Carloses. Patrice, I know you're in 3 or 5 times. Right. Okay. Time to pick a Patreon. And thanks to all our Patreons. It is much appreciated. First up in the Patreon, it's going to be
Too slow.
Too slow. Not too slow today. Oh, slow. Too slow. Congratulations, Too Slow.
Best.
No. See, Too Slow was one of the people who
The first.
who Patreons higher than one.
I think he was the first one.
If we pick Too Slow out again, we'll pick another. Oh, is it my turn? All right. And this one is Vince D. Now, of course, people's names from Patreon may not necessarily be in here, but Too Slow, we know we've seen Too Slow in here, and so congratulations to you guys. Thank you very much for the support. Let's see, where's my... You'll be able to pick $50 worth from the sharing list, and we'll work something out. If you're not in the US, or if it's too hard to send, then we'll just $50 you through PayPal or something for your next whiskey purchase. Anyone can have a look at the sharing list. Feel free to make contact. All right. There's a lot of chat. I'm going to have to jump past. Let's see. Macallan Fine and Rare. Springbank 10 is as close as you can get to Springbank New Make. That's true. That is true. Is there anything younger than a 10-year-old? I don't think I've even seen a Cadenhead 5-year Springbank or something.
Springbank New Make with more flavour than this one.
Well, it was stronger. That's why the New Make would have been at whatever 63%, wouldn't it? What about vodka? No, we don't drink vodka. We only put it through the viscometer. Okay, let me jump down.
I'd rather have New Make than vodka.
Yeah, New Make is more flavourful than vodka, definitely. DJ, average, how long does it take you to get through a bottle with so many? It's such a good question in terms of an expensive bottle. Obviously, we're going to string it out. And for the purposes of the channel, when we get down to the last 65 ml, you know, I know in that Glentockers up there, there's a little 65 ml sample bottle. So we'll fill the last bit in here just so that we can keep it on the shelf. Like, I think, is the one in, I think like the Glenfarclas 25 is like that. You know, it's only down to here now. But that's a bit artificial because we're trying to, you know, save samples for the purpose of the channel.
For comparison.
In theory, we've got 5 years worth of whiskey at the current drinking rates. Yeah, so it could be a very long time. When they do get down to the smaller amount, I will decant them over into a 250 ml bottle and a smaller one to make sure it doesn't oxidize too much. So I don't mind them hanging around for years and years. Did I get that? Oh, hang on. Where's the chat?
Ask it about email after we done the video.
Oh, yes. If anybody wants to send a video, just email whisky@captain3d.com and we'll work out how to Dropbox a video or something like that so we can do it. Wow, we've been chatting for 45 minutes, but there's no Roy today, is there?
What about for the next one?
Yes, those will go in. Right, let me see. I'm just looking for orange tags. Patrice, Ardnamurchan is owned by independent bottler Adelphi. Opened in 2014 for what she heard. From what I heard, it's a semi-peated whiskey, but I'm also looking forward for Ardnahoe's first release. Right, and Ardnahoe is Douglas Lang, is it? Hey, Dustin's in. D8 Sylve, good to see it. Food Quig, it's interesting. Ardmore Legacy was one of the least satisfying single malts I've ever had. Yeah, but was it the first one, Quig? Simulcast, how are you both doing? Good, we're just having a little chat today. Anyone found pre-Viking Honor Highland Park 12? Is it better? People do say it is, don't they, Whiskey, eh? Graham Fraser. You could do with a new make blind challenge. Oh, that would be fun. Guess the distillery from the new make. What a great idea that would be, if only it wasn't so hard to get hold of most of them. Oh, Reb's in. Hey, Reb. Good evening. New make. I have bottles of new make from Golani Distillery. Oh, Milk and Honey. Yes, I've seen that brand in K&L. Glencadam and Kilhoman. Very different. We've had new make at Kilhoman on the distillery tour. How much of that buck do you get? I guess you're talking about Patreon and YouTube. I must be really far behind the chat now. 70% of YouTube, DH. And Patreon's about 90%, I think. All right, going to scroll down. Wow, there is a lot of chat going. Apu, isn't it funny how we can go bananas over one hobby, get totally locked in, and not get bored with it? So far. Oh, DH said, of course, 9-year local barley. How could I forget? I think there've been a couple of maybe single casks, haven't there? Has there been an 8-year single cask? Yes, okay. I think long row peated is younger. I guess if it's no age statement, that is likely to be younger. Oh, there is a Springbank Nass. I think when we were at the distillery, Reb, we got the little, thanks for coming sample bottle, which was a no age statement. We drank it on the ferry from Campbelltown back to the mainland, and it was delicious. Macallan Fine and Rare. Vodka is wasting precious liver capacity. Exactly our thoughts. In fact, anything that you don't like that's alcoholic is a waste. Oh, Reb didn't like the long row NAS. Okay. Anuj, why are the OP Glentockers and Glenallachie not in the sharing list? Because they're up here and there's this much left.
You never get again.
I can tell you the Highland Park 21 isn't in the sharing list either. Because there's only that much left of that. Now, a lot of these bottles were pre-shared before we even blind tasted them. There's some 8-year single casks, Dustin's saying, but I think they were sherry, so I wouldn't use that to taste the new make. Ah, yeah, good point. Patrice, never tried new make. Is it good enough to enjoy or just a fun thing to try? It's like a really strongly flavored vodka. They can be quite weird.
New make is the best.
Yeah. In general, though, I would say new make is not a pleasant thing. I guess there's a reason they leave it in the barrel for at least 3 years. Hazelburn, 8-year, youngest with an age statement that I know of. Ralph is saying, good point. Yes. Just a little sip.
It's really good. It's about shot finished.
Quite spicy, considering we've had nothing. Oh, I would never have noticed the smoke. But you really notice it on the finish, that little puff at the end. Caramel. Lovely. I dug up a few facts from our spreadsheet. Apparently we have 336 varieties of whiskey that we could taste. Some are 65ml, some are full bottles. By volume, we have 194 bottles. We have apparently swapped 101 bottles worth of whiskey with different people over the 2 years. We have apparently drank 87 bottles of whiskey between us. We have drank 87. So that means a bottle about every 10 days. Too much. No, that's between us. Okay. Our average bottle price is $148. The average ABV is 50.9. And although there's a lot of no age statements in there, if we ignore those, the actual bottles with ages on them have an average age of 15.5 years. So $150, 50 ABV, 15 year. And I would say overall, I mean, very early on, I wonder if I could bring it up. Hang on. Let's see if this will work. Here's a spreadsheet. I wanted to go down to the chart at the bottom. Those are all the empty ones. Where's our little chart? This is it. Yeah. Very early on, I made this little chart. Let's get rid of those bits. Where I was trying to decide on the left in the green bubble. Here's our intention. Buy. Good taste, good quality. They're available. These are retail bottles. And that's what I'm saying. Buy it if it's good taste, good quality, available, retail prices, potentially undervalued opportunity. Not too many of those. Once you go into secondary or auction prices, you have to really avoid famous, rare, collectible, and overvalued. And I'd drawn this dotted line down the middle, offset slightly, saying that there is a kind of overlap where you could still get things in the auctions, maybe up to $200, that would still be worth it. And above that number starts to get too much into art prices. And I think that's still pretty much valid. When we looked at the spreadsheet and we clipped it down into different sections, we found that once we were at about $100 to $150, there was a more than 75% chance that we have liked the whiskey. Below that gets more hit and miss, and above that then it's diminishing returns. Right. Oh, let's go back over to the chat, and then we should think about wrapping it up, although I'm quite enjoying just chatting. Let's see, what have I missed? D8 Sylv. Nope, done that. Luna, I had a new make that tasted of wet dog. So more a scientific thing. Yeah, they can be pretty weird, can't they? The few that we have tasted. Charlie Hurd. Hey, I'm new to whiskey. Hey Charlie, welcome to Whiskey World. Where do you find historical auction prices to value my collection? I would say Scotch Whisky Auctions is a good place, because when you search for a bottle, it will bring up everything that they've sold going back years. And then if you just reorder by, view as by date, by auction date, and then you can click on an individual bottle and you can see what it used to sell for, what it's selling for now. But Scotch Whisky Auctions is actually a pretty good reference point if you just want to go and look and see. So what bottles do you have that you're wanting to find out? That would be interesting to know. Anuj, wish I could share like you guys. That way I could, you could try a lot more. You have about 100 unopened bottles. Is there an online community where I can share, exchange samples? Not really. I mean, there are problems with sharing samples, obviously. It's difficult to send things around. Most of the things that we have shared have been locally, where we have built up a group of friends and people. And there's probably about 20 of us now that you'll see it come up in our blind tasting, where we'll have, in fact, everything that's in the printed department is because it's a 250ml sharing bottle, and you can see there's a lot of things in here that we're still waiting to show up, and so it has been super beneficial. But then that's just been a meet-up and swap bottles. Or maybe we've bought a bottle in advance, something more expensive, like there was a Little Mill old malt cask, which was a $300 bottle, something. And so there were 3 or 4 of us that just split that from the start. So that's also been fun. Jimmy Jazz, shared more than you drank. Oh, that's true. I hadn't caught that. We have shared more than we drank. Yeah. Oh, the Water of Life film. I have not seen it. I did contact them about were there subtitles for English, and we think we'll just have to wait a little bit to get them, but we will see it. Oh, hang on, I've just lost the chat. Where was I up to? Patrice, I tried my first Springbank 10 last year, and enjoyed it very much. Oh, fantastic. Charlie Hurd, hey, oh, hang on, we've done that then. I missed you earlier, Patrice. Akwami, you buy whiskey from the Netherlands, have quite a lot of Dutch viewers, yet there's no Dutch whiskey in the blinds. Any possibility for a wild card to add one more bottle?
Fair enough, yes.
I don't know any Dutch whiskies. You'll have to tell us. Shame on me. Dustin is saying, Scotch prices always feel very in line with my taste, once addressing style and distillery. Over 100 is pretty safe. Under 100, not so much. 200, extremely safe. Over 300, diminishing returns. We are almost identical there on what we're thinking. Now, even though my numbers were from 2 years ago, it's still pretty close, isn't it? There is, I remember looking at the fall off. I don't think it's on that chart, is it? Oh, it is. Hang on, we'll bring it up again. Let's see, can I bring that up? Where's the window? Yeah, this chart in the bottom right was where I pulled prices from Total Wine, and you could see that the peak bottle at the time was around $80. Meaning that there were the highest count of bottles, highest bottle count was in that range, and then it tapers off. And of course, there's a very long tail going all the way out to thousands and thousands, as we know. But the brighter section in the middle was what I thought was the sweet spot. So that's almost the same, except the bottom line has moved up higher, I think. Yeah. I bet Wet Dog New Make was Dalmore. DJ. All right, have we all caught up? I think we've caught up. Oh, Tony is saying the subtitles on The Water of Life work great. The only part that didn't have subtitles was the intro during the address to the haggis and the producer discussion. So Tony, did they have English subtitles? I know when I contacted them they had German subtitles, but they hadn't done English at that time. Too Slow. There you are. Congratulations, Too Slow. I've sent you info on Patreon. Yes, I will have your Patreon. But actually, if it's about requesting whiskey, don't send me info on Patreon. Send me email. That will be better.
No, about that Dutch whiskey for me, Millstone.
Oh, Millstone? I don't know what that is. Oh, I see. Dutch whiskey would be Millstone. Anyone had it? Charlie Hurd, where are you from originally? Is that a faint Scottish accent? Ah, it is a funny Scottish accent, but not really. It's Northern Ireland, but only until I was 5. But my parents have Northern Ireland accents. Born in Belfast, grew up in middle of England mostly, high school years in Liverpool. Did live in Scotland for a year, then London.
And Newcastle.
20 years in California. So, place that. Deepest kind of similarly strange.
But it's the same accent.
But what's yours? Okay, so Deepa has a deaf accent.
No, Saint. Grew up in India.
Grew up in India.
I met him in the college in London.
Yeah, we met in London.
There for 10 years. I was 20 years.
That's true. So India, mostly Mumbai.
Delhi.
You do say some things with an Indian accent because of speech therapy, I've noticed. Like, the WV sound is not very distinct.
Yeah, towel.
Yeah, towel. It can be a sort of a soft WV in between sound with an Indian accent. And I've noticed that sometimes you will say things like that, even though it's not from hearing, it's from speech therapy. Towel. But you don't do that much.
Not much.
Only occasionally. Actually, only when you're speaking to Indian friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then you're more Indian.
Oh.
Body language. Anuj, might need to find a local whiskey group. Yeah. Oh, definitely English. Oh, well, I feel bad that we didn't see it with the English subtitles then. I'll have to go and search it out. Whiskey 101. For us that are outside the US, what is a good website to see US prices? Total Wine, because you can just search the stores. For a retailer, you'll have to pick a location, like California or somewhere. But K&L, literally K and L, is very good. But you'll find out the California prices for K&L. Remember, in the US, there's always taxes on top, typically.
But they have a fantastic chance of independent butter.
Yeah, lots of independence. A website I really like, more than Wine Searcher, is called 1000 Corks. 1000 corks. Is that right? Bottles? 1000 Corks. That's been a great place. It's just a aggregator of all other online listings. I find it very good. Graham Fraser, you may get more whiskey choices with the 70 centilitre bottle ruling change. I did wonder about that, because the US previously couldn't import a bottle that didn't have a 750ml on it. That was the standards for spirits. They have changed that to allow others as well, but including 70 centilitre, which made me thought smaller independent bottlers like Carnmore or North Star might start distributing to the US. The fear is, of course, all of our 750ml bottles from Springbank will become 70 cl bottles, but the price will continue to go up. We'll have to see. Whiskey 101. Oh, love Millstone. The 100% rye is amazing. There you go. Graham Fraser. Some better whiskey festival news this week. The Spirit of Speyside Festival now rescheduled for November. Hopefully. Binny's is lower than normal. Yeah, that's true. Binny's is another one to look at. I can't shop at Binny's because it's not in my area. Reb, your English accent is very strong. I'm surprised you've been in the US for so long. No sign of even an American twang.
Most of the friends are also expat.
Yeah. I think, but I came out as a 30-year-old, 31, so it hasn't changed that much. The only time I get caught out is when I say words that I've learned here, like internet router, I would say. I would say parking lot, XYZ, those types of things. But work. My English friends occasionally catch me saying things that are a bit American and laugh. But yeah, it's like 1%, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Patrice, is it a cochlear implant that Deepa has? And in what way does it help? Yeah, so Deepa is deaf. Deepa has a cochlear implant, which is basically a little electrode array which is pushed into the spiral cochlea inside. So Deepa's deafness is not her outer ear bones and all of that stuff. It's inside the cochlea where the little hairs vibrate. Deepa's don't vibrate properly. That's fairly common type of deafness.
You have about 33,000 eggs.
Yeah, we have about 30 or 40,000 hairs that we could distinguish. Think of them as grades, like a palette, color palette.
And the closer to here at the front is eye frequency.
In the spiral, the lower frequencies travel further around the cochlea.
Yeah, that's what they have. You make up deaf, but the eye frequency first.
Well, we tend to... It's more the fact that the sensitivity of high frequencies gets kind of blown off, loud sounds. But anyway, how does it help you?
Not really, only for movie, a special effect. But not for communication, because my memory is like if you go to China or France.
Let me fill in, just in case people aren't catching it. Deepa says, not really, not for communication, which isn't quite true, but more for movies. Okay.
Imagine if you go to China
or France. If you go to China or France.
Can you you pick up Chinese, but you're gonna know the language.
You can hear the language, you can pick it up, but you don't know the language.
So say from I can hear the sound, but I cannot identify with the language. If you saw an apple,
If you draw an
you said the
apple,
word apple,
you say the
I
word
can
apple.
know that it's the same thing.
So when Deepa used to wear a hearing aid, and she still has one. You don't. Oh, you okay? Hearing aid is Deepa's natural hearing. When it's amplified enough for her to hear it, is like a subwoofer. You know, if like there's a party going on next door, you can tell that people are talking, but you can't understand it because there's not enough like high end.
I can know S or not there.
Because if you only listen to the subwoofer, you cannot comprehend language. That's why a lot of deaf people speak like, the subwoofer range. But if you speak, even if you speak in a whisper, which is all high end,
I can hear that.
you can understand that language better than you can if it's the subwoofer, which is just like that, right? With Deepa's implant, she can actually hear all of these high frequencies that she could never hear naturally. Like that stuff, she can hear it. So it's not a volume issue. It's more a brain acceptance issue.
But I go to other country.
It's not just that. It's just that your brain hasn't developed that language hearing connection.
My mom, dad are from North India, at the South.
They lived in South India.
For
from the-
25 years.
Yeah.
But then I pick it up. Okay, language.
It's like my accent is still a British accent after 20 years. But when Deepa first got her implant, one of the things which she could never hear with the hearing aid was the difference between, tea, like tea bag, and Deepa, and they lip read the same. Do you want to try testing? Now I'm going to test her. So if I say it first as tea bag, Deepa, can you hear the difference?
The first one is tea.
Right, so if you look away now, it's like blind. It's not blind tasting, it's deaf tasting today. Tea bag.
Deepa.
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 Go on, keep going.
No. Enough. I'm very nervous.
So there are certain things that we've practiced where Deepa can hear these differences, and although she says she doesn't really get communication benefit with it, I find if Deepa has the implant on, her lip reading is better because there's enough little bits of information coming in that push it towards T or D. T, because of that little extra bit. So she lip reads better with her implant. But you don't really enjoy hearing, do you?
Most of the time, I just think of meditation.
Yeah.
Never. I only for this movies that about it.
I always have this idea that Deepa's relationship with hearing would be similar to if we had our eyes pinned open all the time and you had to sleep like that.
Yes.
With the lights on. Deepa's relationship with hearing is a bit like that, and she really just wants to be like, that's better. Switch that off. She's like, why do you want to hear all that noise?
Not just.
Okay. That was a lot of talking. We really should wrap it up. Ben Demon Hunter, nice to see you in. Need to go pick up my wife from work. Hospital. Ooh. So have a great evening. Yes, have a great evening, everybody. Hope everything's fine at the hospital. Right. Block and Wood, let's see. Deepa, at school, were you ever asked to spell something as it sounded as a deaf kid in a normal school? I was often... Oh. Let's see.
No, I've never. But
So hang
I
on.
was the only deaf person in the yearly school anywhere.
Deepa, at school, were you ever asked to spell something as it sounded as a deaf kid in a normal school? I was often asked, maybe, if they knew what deaf sounds like. You had a kind of a funny school setup.
Yeah,
English.
I feel very common, but in India there was no deaf support in those days.
Yeah.
So I was the only deaf person in mainstream.
Yeah, Deepa was only one deaf person in a mainstream English school.
So I become home at a private tuition.
Yeah. So you didn't really enjoy school. You didn't.
No, it was the best of time.
It was actually a waste of time because she had to do all her re-education after school with a private tutor. Very annoying. All right. Ben Demon Hunter. Roommate's mum was from Liverpool. Been in Alberta for 40 years. Still has a thick British accent. A Liverpool one specifically. That's funny. Right. Any last questions? Charlie, that's cool. It's really good to hear about where you guys are from. With you guys living in the US, is there any issues with buying whiskey from the UK EU auctions? There's no issues. You just have to pay all of the massive fees now. And unfortunately, it's become prohibitive. If you look at Scotch whiskey auctions and you see if you bought a bottle for £100, by the time it gets to the US, it's more or less $200. Because you're paying a 10% fee to buy it. There's a storage fee, there's insurance, shipping, 25% tariff. It becomes problematic. Now, we're lucky that normally we go back every year, so at least we can bring some ourselves, but not
for suitcases.
Yeah, with a lot of suitcases. If you go back and look at some of our older videos of, 4 bags of whiskey, you'll see. Luna, this was really interesting. Thank you for that. Oh, good. Right, I think we're all caught up. Patrice, my best friend's little girl is deaf and she got to implant. Oh, she got the implant. You practically cannot tell that she is. Yes. It's true.
Ooh, different. I got it up for 30 years.
Yes. We should be clear that if someone is deaf, and Deepa is profound deaf both sides, meaning 90 decibels is the quietest thing Deepa could hear naturally. That's like a road digger. Very, very quiet. Very loud. If you are born with that kind of hearing loss and you get an implant in the first couple of years as you're acquiring language, ideally the first year, they're doing them for babies, at 10 months now. But let's say in the first 1 or 2 years, people will grow up as, they will have hearing loss because obviously you take your implant off. They're still deaf people. But in terms of vocal brain communication, all that works 100%. Accent, yeah. We've met quite a few people who have grown up with implants and they're 90% operating as they are hearing people with the implant and they are deaf people without it. But it's the defining thing for us of how deaf a person is can you use the phone? So you can be hearing impaired, but you can still use the phone to communicate, or you can be deaf enough that the phone is not an option because your brain doesn't understand.
But I prefer sign.
Yeah. Move to move. This has been an excellent chat. Oh, my grandma from County Cork held on to her thick accent for 50 years in Chicago. Yeah. You were both so authentic and engaging. Oh, well, thank you very much. Actually, I just applied for my Irish passport because I was born in Northern Ireland. And because of Brexit, I was like, let me get a European passport. But being born in Northern Ireland allows you to apply for a Southern Ireland, an Irish passport. But, Northern Ireland is typically UK, British connection. Southern Ireland is independent Ireland. And so now I'm going to be a Irish UK American. If they ever process the forms, that is. Rostislav, it's issues for some states which are not allowed alcohol shipments. Yes, you're right. Depending which state you're in, you may not be able to receive bottles from Scotch whisky auctions. I think in their shipping they will list them. The states' different shipping rules needs to be organised. It's crazy.
But New York, you cannot ship from New York.
Blackadder. Normal Ireland? Did I say that?
Did you say that?
I didn't mean to. Maybe I did. All right, people. Normal Ireland. Northern Ireland. Maybe that's what I was saying. Northern. North, south. Well, that's been a very long chat.
Sorry.
No Roy today. So congratulations to Vince D, Too Slow, Martin C, and
It's the first time for Sherry.
and Jerry. First winner for Jerry. We will sort those out, and we'll see you all for proper Whiskey Channel meetup on Thursday.
Do we get to drink?
Yeah, we will have to drink that one. We're still actually going to be slightly over budget by Thursday. Thanks all for watching. Oh, Daniel, hang on. Why do I need to? I've got to clear something there for you. Land of the free, home of those who want to go wanting. There is a bit of that. Certainly not free delivery. Will you be at Kilco's stream? Oh, that's for Richie Z. Right, okay. What are we doing for the rest of the day? Are we having pizza? But we didn't really do enough exercise today for pizza.
I did.
Oh, did
I
you?
did yoga.
I did some pull-ups. Right. See you all on Thursday.
Bye-bye.
Have a good rest of the weekend.